Okay, we gotta talk about something. But let's get Starbucks first.
Can I do an iced green tea?
Okay, now we can start. Okay, obviously you guys read the title. There's something that we need to talk about. I feel like I wanted to do this video to kind of give you guys like a life update. I feel like I haven't really like talked to you guys much about what's going on in my life. My past few vlogs have just been, you know, traveling and going here and doing that. No like real like getting to know what's going on, and I thought I would just update you guys. Also, I've already had Starbucks today, so I literally just had to get a green tea because it's only like 30 calories, so I needed something that's not so sugary. So as many of you guys know, I posted this video like a couple months ago at the beginning of the year that I started my first ever real job, which was being a real estate agent. Everyone who followed my vlog channel or my podcast for a long time know that I always wanted to be a real estate agent, and honestly it's not at all what I thought it was going to be like. I know I sound dumb because I really wanted to do this. I with all my heart wanted to be successful in the job I was doing, and I think everyone expected me to be really good at it because I have such a big following on YouTube. But in the past months that I've been in it, I've only worked with 2 houses, and both of them have been very, very bad. So I just want to come up front about it. I haven't talked about real estate a lot because frankly I'm kind of embarrassed about it, and I just want to like talk to you guys more about how I feel about it and the process of it, and kind of explain myself a little bit, and really just let you guys know the reality of being a real estate agent, because I feel like a lot of you guys that watch my videos have been like, hey, I want to be a real estate agent, and I'm like, it's not that easy. It's really not. Let me take a sip. Let's start from the beginning. So I joined a team, I joined a brokerage because that's what you have to do when you're a real estate agent. I started off my job so excited. I mean, everyone starts their job off excited, always thinking this is gonna be the best thing in the world. I'm so excited, you know, and I'm not saying that I don't love real estate anymore, because I still do, and I will always love it, and I will, you know, but the hardest part in real estate and that job is that you need to find customers. Like every business, you need to find the people that you're gonna work with. You can't just start something as nobody and then expect to have all these phone calls of people wanting to buy a house from you, wanting to sell a house. You know, it's not that simple. So that's the hardest part of the job. Being a real estate agent and doing the actual work isn't too bad. You know, you go show houses, yes, it's so fun, get to meet new people. The experiences I have had have been incredible. I love the business, I love the chaos of negotiating, like it's so much fun. But finding customers is the hard part. So as you guys know, I started branding myself. I started making like social medias for real estate. I started, you know, letting everyone know. There's a worker right there. Hi. I started letting everyone know I'm in real estate. You know, I was so excited, and within a few days of getting my license, I got a call. I was so excited. I was like, this person's like, oh, I really want to buy a house. I've seen your videos. I like, my family loves you, and we really want to buy a house, and we want to buy it with you. So I spent hours of my time looking for houses for them, you know, being excited. Oh my god, I just started. I'm already getting my first sale. This is awesome. Only to find out that the person that was talking to me was a fan who found my number and literally went so far as to trick me into thinking that they wanted a house, gave me this whole elaborate backstory of their life, only to waste my time and make me feel like an idiot. And I know that they probably just wanted to talk to me or whatever, but if you guys are my fans, then doing that's not exactly, it broke my heart, honestly. I literally cried because you don't understand when you have a dream for something and then someone just goes out of their way to trick you and waste your time, you know, like that's just so messed up. And so whatever, bump in the road, I was over it. I'm like, okay, nothing's gonna stop me from being a successful real estate agent. So that also goes back to me getting distracted with my job. So when I started real estate, I would literally take like an hour to film my video and then just be like, okay, screw YouTube, I want to do real estate. I spent all of my time, you know, working on websites, making my stuff, doing everything, like, and I completely forgot about my main job. And so that scared me, and I think that's the biggest thing that made me stop doing real estate as much, because obviously I love YouTube. I make all my money on YouTube. Why was I spending all my time on real estate that's making me no money right now and just not putting any effort into my main business that I have going on right now? So that was kind of like a big click in my mind where it's like, okay, if you started a business that's doing really well, why would you just not care about your business to go work on another business that's not making you any money right now and you say screw that business? Like, no, that's not how it works. That's like a little off track, but I was spending all my time on real estate. And then what happened was another fan called me. This happened, I want to say at least 6 times, where fans wasted my time making me think that they were buying a house from me. I make lists for them. I set up calls with them. I even had one guy that was like, oh, I really want to buy a house. Like, let's meet up. And I was like, okay, let's meet up at my office. And he's like, let's meet up outside of the office. Obviously, I didn't do that because that's so sus. And I just didn't answer that person back. He was really fishy from the start. And then going into it, he's like, oh, call this number. They want to buy a house too. So at that point, I'm like, okay, let me call this number. And then I started catching on. I'm like, this person's probably having me call one of their family friends members so they can talk to Sarah Grace. Like, don't get me wrong, I love talking to you guys and I love being on the phone with you guys, but not when you're tricking me to think that you're someone else. And I hadn't said anything on any of my social medias about this happening to me because I didn't want it to happen more frequently. But now that I've been straying away from real estate a lot, I kind of want to give like an explanation as to why. Everyone expects me to be wildly successful because I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Even I thought that. I'm like, you know what? Like, I have a huge audience. People that want to buy houses are gonna call me. Like, it's gonna be great. But it just ended up hurting me so much having a platform because I couldn't have websites, I couldn't have Facebooks, I couldn't have anything. Like, I couldn't even have my number out for people to call because they would be fans trying to mess with me. And like I said, I love talking to you guys, but people were going out of their way just to waste my time. So at that point, I was so discouraged because it felt like I even had someone call me one time and I try to act professional when I answer the phone, be like, hey, Sarah Grace Real Estate, and they're like, oh, hi, like, I'm looking for a house. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can help you. Where are you looking at? They gave me a location. And I'm like, where are you currently residing? And they're like, oh, in a volcano. And I hear them laugh at me on the other side of the line. And I just broke down crying because there's nothing more humiliating when you're trying to achieve something and someone laughs in your face. Like, it's just broke my heart. And at that point, I was feeling so discouraged because it really felt like there was no way I was going to be able to have this business without mixing it with my other business. Not only was I receiving tons of fake customers, fake buyers, I was also so scared to answer the phone to anybody that could actually be a real buyer. So it would be like, I answer the phone assuming, like, scared that it's going to be a fan pranking me. So I'm like, hello, who is this? Instead of being professional and be like, hey, or Sarah Grace Real Estate, how may I help you? Because I'm scared that someone behind the phone is just trying to mess with me. So it kind of just messed my whole business up because now I'm scared to even answer any real clients that may have came from one of my lead sources or my marketing. And so it really was like, I felt like if I didn't have such a big platform on YouTube, it would have been way easier for me to actually be in real estate and have real customers, which I realized that's the best problem I could ever have. Having so many people call me because they watch my videos is like the best problem to have because it means that you have audience that loves you that much and watches you, which is like, I can't complain because you guys are the reason that I have this job and I appreciate it. It's just, it made it so hard to have another business when my other business was just interfering with it so much. And I'm not saying that I'm mad at you guys. Like, I don't want to shame my fans, be like, oh, my fans are so annoying. No, it's just, it hurt my feelings a lot. And I know that these people just, I don't know what they're doing with their time. Don't even know. I love talking to you guys. Y'all DM me on my Instagram. I'll most likely respond back, and I don't need you pretending like you're someone else to talk to me. So that's kind of the main thing that really put me off of real estate. And I still loved it and I still put all my efforts in. I would literally go house to house leaving flyers. I'm not gonna show you guys the flyers, but I have the flyers here. I would go put on people's doors so I could try to sell houses. Really not making a lot of progress with that. I tried online marketing, I've tried Google ads. Keep in mind, I'm spending thousands of dollars marketing myself to not be getting any leads. Leads are like people that want to buy houses. So at this point, I'm so discouraged. I'm the type of person where I want to be successful in whatever I do. And I hate failing. I hate it so much. And to be like 5 months in working in real estate and only to make a couple sales that really haven't been good sales, that have like barely made it, it sucks. And I don't like to talk about it because I don't like people to think that I failed. But which also goes back, I don't want to make excuses saying like, oh, like it just didn't work for me, because everything can work if you give it enough time. My thing is, I get so distracted. When I'm trying to focus on something, I give myself 100% in that. So when I'm doing YouTube and social media, I'm 100% into it. I'm creating content every day, coming up with new fresh ideas. When I'm doing real estate, it's all I think about, and I don't even think about YouTube. So it came to the point where it's like, okay, estate. I need to stay focused on my social media business that's making me money, you know, that I have fans that I want to make content for. And so, not to say that I'm not doing real estate anymore, because I know the title was like, oh, I quit my job, and I haven't quit my job. I still sell real estate. I'm hopefully gonna sell a house coming up, but I just kind of wanted to give an update to it because everyone's asking and I haven't been saying anything about it because frankly I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I'm not more successful in it, and I wanted to be. I literally wanted it with all my heart. I woke up every morning being like, I want to be successful in real estate, and I still do. It's still something that I'm actively working towards, but I just want people to know that I have my focus is somewhere else. When I got into real estate, I knew that I wasn't even going to be a real estate agent anymore because I knew that it was going to be too time consuming when I have another business going on. And I also, like you guys know, I want to invest in real estate. So that's why I was like, let me become a real estate agent. Let me learn it so that way I can know how to invest better. And now it feels like everyone's seeing me being like, man, Sarah just quit real estate. It's like, no, I started real estate in the first place so I could be better educated to invest my own money. I don't want to sound like I'm just making excuses, and this has been kind of a long rant, but I just wanted to give you guys like a little background into how it's been. And I'm not trying to discourage you if real estate is something that you want to do. I mean, I 100% believe that if you give 1,000% effort into something, you will be successful in it. It's just at the moment I can't really give 1,000% to real estate because I can't let my fans down. I can't let my YouTube down. And it's what's funny is there's a real estate agent who was making millions of dollars and he stopped doing real estate to do YouTube, which is just saying, you know, like YouTube is such an amazing job. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber if they could, you know? So I don't want to let my fans down because I'm trying to focus on something else. So of course, I still want to sell houses and I still love it. I love everything about real estate. It's just so time consuming and I don't really have that time right now. Of course, I do it as a side and I sell houses when I can. If someone needs me to sell a house, I'll sell it. If I need to buy a house, I can save money that way because I'm an agent. But let me give you guys a little bit of a rundown on how much it costs to be a real estate agent. It's not cheap. My schooling was $1,000. Books and all that, another $400. Then you have to sign with the brokerage, which is pretty much your company that tells your company, you have to work with a company as a real estate agent, and they take $325 a month. Even if you don't make any money, they take money from you. Then you have to pay for the websites and the sources to be a real estate agent, like the platform to look at houses, and that on its own costs like $300 quarterly. And then you have to pay for marketing. So if you want to market on Facebook, if you want to market on Instagram, then you have to pay for those as well. So you're paying $100 a week for like 2 people to call you, and then for them not even to buy anything. So definitely not cheap. I've probably spent a lot of money on getting into real estate and I don't regret any of it. I've learned so much, and now that I'm ready to buy my own property, which is actually news, which I didn't want to say anything yet because I didn't want to talk about it and it doesn't happen, but I do want to invest in my own property. And now that I'm a real estate agent, I've learned so much about it that I can make an educated investment because I know so much about real estate now. So like I said, the title was a little bit clickbaity because I'm not quitting real estate. I know I got a comment on the other video that was like, oh, she's gonna quit in a couple weeks, just wait. I'm not quitting, okay? I just want to let everyone know I have other priorities. And it just sucks because if any of my family is watching this, they all know me as the real estate girl now, and I love that. I always wanted to be a real estate agent. It's like nobody sees my YouTube like, oh, she's a YouTuber, she's successful in that. They see me as the real estate agent, and if I'm not selling real estate, then in their eyes I'm like a failure, and that's what I'm scared of. I feel like I'm sure that they don't think that, but that's how it feels on my end. So I just want people to realize I'm getting emotional. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not getting emotional. I guess I just wanted to give you guys like the inside scoop on what I've been dealing with in real estate and in my job, my real job. But I do realize that I'm literally so young and I've just started. That's why I'm not giving up, because I know that no one's successful right off the bat in what they're doing. Nobody, literally nobody. I wasn't successful on YouTube. Doctors aren't successful right away. Nobody's successful the second they start something. It takes years and years of practicing and building it up. Because I'm sure if I spent 24/7 of my time doing real estate, I'd have way more sales by now. It's just, it's hard when like, okay, I need to make a video, I need to shoot Instagram content, okay, now I gotta think of my next video, okay, I have to plan for this, and then I have 2 channels and I have to focus on making another video for that channel. I'm not saying I'm overly booked, because that's why I started real estate, because I had extra time. Real estate takes all of your time and you really have to be 100% focused on it, and I'm not right now. So sadly, That's a sad truth. But don't worry guys, I'm not giving up yet. I still want to be successful in it. I'm still going to be successful in it, and it's just gonna take me a little bit of time. So let's answer some questions. I put a poll on my story to ask you guys about questions y'all have about real estate. First question is, how long did it take you to be familiarized with real estate work? Honestly, after the first deal I worked on, I kind of learned all the terms. Of course, there's still so much to learn in real estate, but you get the general gist of everything after the first time. The first time I was so confused, like they were talking about stuff. They're like, oh, did you send this? Did you send that? And I'm like, yeah, I'll send that right over. Because you're a brand new agent, you really know nothing. So you kind of have to fake it till you make it, and then all of a sudden you start learning everything, and then all of a sudden it's easy for you, and you talk and you realize you know a lot about real estate. Is real estate work hard? Yes, it is hard, and the hardest part is getting your name out there and finding the clients. Once you have the clients, it's easy. You know, you show them houses, you negotiate, you go under contract, and then, you know, it's not like there's still a lot of stuff you have to go through, and there's still a lot of things that could go wrong with the deal, but finding the client is the hardest part. So like you can put your face on Facebook, marketing, TikTok, Instagram, you name it, and you still might not get any call. There has been, I've probably gone through like over 100 people, if not more, no, like 300, 500 people. A lot of people, okay, that I've talked to that fell through. I've talked to so many people and they fall through. And I've even been as close to like buying a house with people. Like we're under contract, we're set to close, which means this deal, I'm this close to getting that commission check. I'm this close to saying I sold you that house, and it falls through. You could be like ready to pop open the sodas and celebrate, and then all of a sudden you get a call, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to back out. It gets really frustrating when you spend weeks and weeks and weeks of your life doing something for it to fall through. I literally, this one client, I showed them over 30 houses, and they live like 40 minutes from me. I drove 40 minutes over there and 40 minutes back, like at least 6 or 7 times in that month to show them over 8 houses a day just for the deal to fall through and for them to ghost me. That's the reality of it. What do you like about your job? This is probably a good question because I haven't really talked anything good about it, but I love it. I love people. The people I've met have been so nice. They're appreciative. They're so happy. It's like, this is a big part of their lives. You know, they're buying a house from you, and you get to be a part of it, you know, and you get to give them their keys, and it's like, it's the best feeling. And then also the houses, I've seen so many beautiful houses. I'm like, man, this is stunning. It's just so fun. Like I get to go see a new house every single time, and it's like, oh, I can't wait to see what this house looks like. The best part is honestly negotiating, because you're going back and forth, like my buyers want this, no, my sellers want this. Okay, are they gonna get it? Are we gonna get them the house? And then the most exhilarating part is when you get the call, hey, they said yeah, we're going under contract, they're gonna buy the house, and you're like, yes. It's just like, it's the best feeling. It's like winning the lottery. And honestly, I loved the outfits. I loved dressing like a businesswoman. I loved going to work. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I just didn't like the people that were messing with me, and I didn't like that I had no time for YouTube. What devious trick did you use to convince people to buy houses? Nothing. That's what, nothing. I was actually kind of bad with that, because I was showing dozens and dozens of houses, and I was like, okay, if you don't like it, like we'll just see another house. Instead of, because sometimes people don't know what they want. You have to let them know what they want. You're like, hey, this is a deal. You're not gonna find a house like this again, and kind of put your foot down and say like, look, I know you're looking for this perfect dream house, but it's not gonna be there. Like, this is the best you're gonna get, and you're gonna miss out on this opportunity. But I was always too scared because I wanted them to get the house they wanted, so we ended up showing them like 20 million houses only for them never to find the one. So I wasn't very like malicious in the way I did things. I wasn't trying to be like a tricky real estate agent, because for me it wasn't about the money. It's about getting them a house they actually enjoy, you know? How long did it take you to get your license? It literally took me a month. I went to classes like every day for a month, and then I got my license. So it didn't really take long at all. Is it hard to get your first sale? Yes. I don't know a real estate agent that got a sale within their first like 6 months of real estate. I'm sure there's some, but I'm not that talented. Okay, this next question, I think this is gonna be the last one for the video, but they said, genuine question, why go to college if you were just gonna become a realtor? Any regrets? That's a good question. I went to college because I was 15. I was homeschooled, and I was like 15, and I passed the college exam, and it was free for me because my dad's a veteran. So I was like, why not go to college? You know, I just kind of treated it more as a high school. Like, okay, I'm 15, I'm done being homeschooled, let's go into a higher education. I went to college, and then at 18, I had my YouTube set up, and I knew I wanted to be a real estate agent if that didn't work out. So I was like, what do I need college for? I was very close to finishing my degree, but at this point, a degree is really not worth anything. I mean, go to college, you do you, if that's what you want to do. Like, if you go to a job that requires a degree, by all means, go get it. But a real estate agent, you really don't need a degree whatsoever, or YouTuber, or invest. Anything, all 3 things that I want to be don't require a degree. So there's really no point. I don't have any regrets dropping out of college because I don't. It's always gonna be there if I need to go back for it. And even if I don't, if my YouTube crashes and it burns, God forbid, I could still figure out another way to make money, and I could still use social media or even real estate to make money. So that's all the questions I'm gonna ask today. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me rant a little bit on kind of my experiences. Let me know in the comments down below, have you thought about being a real estate agent? And also let me know what you want to do when you're older, so that way I can, like, you know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next vlog. We're gonna be traveling, so buckle up, grab some popcorn, and I'll see you guys there.